Hello, and welcome to my tutorial on how to predict the future sales of a product in a business. For a business to function effectively, they need to be able to balance the supply and demand of their product. If a business does not produce enough product to meet consumers' demands, then they will lose potential sales, and consumers will choose an alternative product, which may lead the consumer to not use the company's product again later. However, if a business produces too much product, then their expenses may exceed their sales, resulting in a loss of money. But how can a business know how much product to make before the demand even starts? They can use a process called linear regression. This calculation predicts future sales based on previous sales. It is almost never an exact estimation, but we can measure how accurate the estimation will be, and it provides a starting point for the company. As you can see here, I have already listed data about the demand of a product in this hypothetical company. We are going to make calculations based on the first 12 months of data and then compare our calculations with the next 12 months to see how the linear regression worked. First, we are going to make a line graph with the first 12 months. So we're going to highlight the period and the demand for that specific period from January to December. Then we can insert and we'll go to recommended charts. And from here, we're going to choose a line chart. Press OK, and that brings up our chart. We're going to title it Past Sales or Past Demand. And we're also going to adjust the axis a little bit so that we can, so that it looks a little bit better. We'll put a minimum of 60 instead of 0. Alright, so from here, what we can do is we can form a trend line. So right click on your line, put add trend line, and then right here is our linear regression line. You can see it's dotted right there. It follows along with the pattern of our data. So in addition to the line, we're also going to want to show the equation of the line and the R value. The R value represents how accurate the data is, and we want it to as close to 1 as possible. And at 0.83, that's pretty good. That's pretty close to 1. So now that we have our linear regression formula, we can use that to predict our sales. So if you copy and paste the formula, we're going to start our prediction for January. And so we'll just do the equal sign, paste our formula, and then instead of using X, we're just going to multiply it by the period that January is, which is 13. And then there is our forecast in units. And we can adjust that so that it's just one whole number, but we'll just keep it at multiple decimals for now. So bring that down to December, and then there are our forecasted units. Now let's compare how our forecasted values match up with the actual values. So to do that, we're just going to make a line graph again for that second year. And it's the exact same process. So I recommended charts and a line graph. We're going to give this one the title of future demand, even though it's not really the future because we know it, but yeah. And then we'll move it. To adjust that axis again. Okay, so from here we can take the forecasted units and then we can add them on top of this graph. In order to do that, all we need to do is right click, click select data, and then we're going to add a series here. And the series name will be forecasted data, and then the values, we'll select them over here, are our forecasted values. Okay, and as you can see, here are our forecasted values. You can see that it's actually pretty close to our actual sales that we had, so that is great.